Alright guys, how's it going? Today I want to go over a concept that I like to call just keep training. So if you've been doing weightlifting or any sport for any length of time, you'll know that injuries are just part and parcel of the game. You don't really get through either an amateur or a professional sporting career without encountering some form of injury. Most people will have minor ones, some people are going to have ones that take a little bit more of their training career off of them. But one thing that I want to go over today is the idea of just continuing to train. So recently I've been dealing with a lot of knee pain, so it's just knee tendonitis really, or sorry, quad tendonitis. So nothing major, but it has now got to the point, or it had got to the point where I was unable to do snatch and clean and jerk really, and I couldn't really squat to full depth either. And it was really beginning to affect my day-to-day life when I was coaching or video demos or anything like that. I was just basically unable to do anything that involved like a full range of motion squat. So it was at this point I realised, right, okay, I need to do something. I can't just let this continue to affect my training, continue to affect my day-to-day life. A lot of people, and I have done in the past in this situation, is now assign myself the kind of tag of being injured. So you come into the gym, you do things that an injured person does. You roll about on a foam roller for 20 minutes. You do some stretching. You do a little bit of exercise for your injured area, and you go home. And I know now that this doesn't work, and it will never. Not that it won't ever get you back to training, because obviously some people do this and they do go back to training, but it's not the fastest, and it's not the most effective method to get you back to where you want to be. So what is the most effective method? It's what I spoke about. It's just continuing to train. So I couldn't do full snatches. In fact, I couldn't do power snatches. I couldn't even pull off the floor. So I just then regressed the snatch to the most, or the closest to the snatch that my knee can tolerate. So to start off with, that was muscle snatch from low blocks. Then I done that for maybe 3 or 4 days, maybe a little longer than that, maybe a week, to let my knee calm down. In terms of clean and jerk, I just done, I think it was power clean off high blocks. I didn't really do any jerks because that was too sore on my knee. And my squats, I changed to just box squats. So just to a height that wasn't sore for my knee. So we're now probably up to around maybe 6 or 7 weeks of this type of training. But as each week goes by and my knee begins to progress, I just progress what I'm doing in the gym. So it's gone from, as I said, the muscle snatch from low blocks to then it was power snatch from low blocks. Or in fact, before that, it was power snatch from high blocks. Then it was power snatch from low blocks, same with the clean. And I just began to bring my squat lower and lower as well. So that went from box squatting with a 25 and a 10 to taking away the 10 to taking away the 10 and the 25 and replacing it with a 15, and just moving it lower and lower down. Just keeping in mind what my knee can handle, how it feels the next day, all that type of stuff. The reason this is so beneficial is because it takes you away from having the kind of being in the mind frame of I am injured, I am an injured lifter. I don't think of that about myself right now. I don't think that I'm an injured lifter. I'm just a lifter that's doing slightly different things from what I would normally be doing, but I'm still training very hard. I'm doing lots of the stuff that I can do, so I'm doing a lot of bodybuilding stuff just now, particularly upper body stuff, loads of that. I'm doing a lot of core stuff, and I'm doing a lot of mobility stuff, alongside the reduced and restricted weightlifting stuff that I'm doing. And it means that when I go to training, I'm still getting the buzz of training with a team. Granted, what I'm doing is slightly different from what they're doing at the minute, but it's still by and large training with the team. It also lets me and gives me time to work on my weaknesses. So like I said, like I'm looking to get a little bit bigger, so I've been doing a lot of that. And pulling from the floor has now become pain-free as well, so I'm doing loads of that too. It's also given me an opportunity to learn more about knee pain, about tendonitis, tendinopathy, and how to overcome that not only within my own training and how to stave it off in my own training, but also in my lifters and athletes that I coach. So that kind of rounds off what I wanted to talk about. Just continuing to train, not giving yourself this title of being injured. You're just training for where you're at just now. You're training as a person who has a sore knee rather than a person who is injured. It keeps you a lot more positive about your injury, which is one of the big effects that an injury has in making you feel particularly negative about training and about yourself. And it also allows you to continue moving forward in a progressive direction, rather than just stagnating and waiting for this injury to go away. So that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about, guys. Hopefully this idea and this kind of process has been helpful for you. It's going to be something that you can take into your own training just now, or in the future when you do pretty much inevitably suffer an injury. So as I said guys, hopefully this helps. Check out the rest of the channel, my Instagram as well, and hopefully you'll find some more content that you like. So cheers guys, thanks for watching.